Tricia and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I put together this pumpkin head scarecrow pick. He was super easy to do. I really love the way he came out. So if you want to see how I did it, keep on watching. And let's get to crafting. Alright, so to create some little scarecrows, I'm going to be using these little pumpkin picks that I grabbed from the Dollar Tree. I thought I'd get creative and make my own. So let's start with these. Alright, so I've grabbed one of them for now. And since this little pumpkin here serves very well for the little head, I want to add some little arms. So I have a chenille stem. And I'm just going to grab it like pretty much almost like the center, more or less. And then just twist it around. Just get it nice and tight. Now, I'm not going to twist it all the way. Obviously, I need some length for some arms. And I'm just going to kind of direct this kind of plain part of the pumpkin. A lot of it has some little dots on it. Now, if you happen to have yours that's kind of speckled like this, you can always paint a little side of it so that that'll be plain to maybe draw a little face. If you don't want to draw a little face, you don't have to. Okay, so one more turn to make it nice and tight. And then just to make sure that it doesn't move from there, I'm going to get my hot glue gun. And just add some glue in there. Okay, so now I want to decide the length of my arms. So I want to make sure that they're both even. And I'll go ahead and measure this so I can tell you the length that I'm doing right now. Now I started off with a 12-inch chenille stem, and I've got about 4 inches here on each side. Let's see, let me make sure. This one, yeah, it's about 3 3/4. And let me make sure the other side's the same. Let me go ahead and trim a little bit off of this side as well. There we go. Alright, so now I've got them evenly length on each side, more or less. And I'm just going to give it a little bit of a shoulder and then just kind of bend them down for now. Just like that. Just a little bit of a shoulder. I don't know if I'm going to be using that, but I'll just doing that. And then I'm just going to, direct them down a little bit. I can bend it at what I think is the elbow. So I'm just going about 1 inch, another inch, and then whatever's left, just like that, okay? Okay, so that's what I've got for now. All right, so by the way, the chenille does not have to be a gold chenille stem like I'm using. I just recently happened to buy these at the Dollar Tree. So that is what I'm using. Use whatever color. They're going to get covered up. You're not going to see it. Okay. All right, so now I've got some cotton balls that I also had purchased from the Dollar Tree. Of course, you can grab them from wherever. I'm going to try and poke my little stick here, my pick, through the center of the cotton ball. I could always also kind of pull it apart a little bit, create a little bit of a hole there with my fingers. Put that in there, and then I'm just going to kind of spread this out upward, and then I'm going to slide it because I want it to be about right here to create some body to it, for the scarecrow body. Okay, so now that I know that it's going to be a good place there, I'm going to go ahead and put some hot glue there and slide this back up. There we go. And then just kind of stick it down so it doesn't move. I think I'm going to add one more cotton ball. So you just need 1 or 2 depending on, how fluffy whatever you happen to buy is. I'm just going to add one more. Fluff it up a little bit. Add some hot glue. There we go. Just like that. Don't need a lot. Let me put some over here, so glue over here to this side. Just like that. That'll be good enough. Okay, so next, before I go to the next step, I do want to draw a little bit of a face on my scarecrow. I think I'm just going to do sort of like a jack-o'-lantern design. We'll see. Let me see. I'm trying to decide if I want like round eyes or like ovally eyes, or do I want like triangle-y eyes. I think I'm just going to go with little ovally eyes. Just don't complicate this too much and just do that. Okay, so I'm going to do with my Sharpie. And that's just what I did, just like that. Okay, so I'm just going to do like a little crooked mouth, kind of jaggedy like that, or should I do a round one and then like, yeah, let's do a little rounded one, and then I'll just do like little stitch marks. This Sharpie is not very good, and I would have liked to have a finer point, to be honest with you. So I'm just doing that little face for now, or a little mouth for now, just a little, just a regular little smiley face, and then I'll just do some little stitches on it, up and down across the little mouth. I think I'm going to round the little eye a little bit more. You could take a little white paint, maybe do a little light, you know, reflections on the, you know, little light reflections on the eyes if you wanted. He's pretty simple. You could use maybe a little pointed nose, or I don't know, a little triangular nose. Should I do that? Should I try that? Let's go ahead and do it. If it doesn't look good, don't do it on yours. He's looking more like a skull now, and that's okay. Look at that. Just want to do a simple little face. I'm not going to do too much, just that. All right, next step. All right, so for my next step is I want to make him like a little top and some little pants, or maybe overalls or something. I'll see what I can do. I've got a couple of little fabric scraps that I bought from Dollar Tree as well. I got all these things from the Dollar Tree, and it's just a little craft square like that. Does it say what size these are? Okay, it's 18 by 21. This one's probably the same. Yeah, we're just gonna say that it was. Okay, because I already ripped off the label. I can't see that anymore. Okay, we'll go ahead and just take the label off of this side. And let me see what I can do as far as the pants first. I don't want to make it too complicated, you know. I'm also working without a tripod, and I bought a replacement piece for my tripod where the camera screws into. The little screw on there kind of wore out. So I bought a replacement part, and the replacement part fits perfectly fine, but the camera won't screw into it. So I don't know, maybe also the little thing on the bottom of the camera is not good. But for now, this is what I'm doing, you guys, so I can't angle my camera any better to give you a better view of what I'm doing. But I don't want to stop doing videos. I mentioned last time that my mom was in the hospital. She now got moved over to a senior care center for physical rehabilitation, which I'm very happy about because she's no longer in the hospital. She was not doing very well, but suddenly she took a turn for the better, and I want to say thank you, because I really truly believe that it was so many of you, and of course family and friends, who were praying for her. Thank you, and we'll see now how my mom does there. She was a little bit she was okay when she knew this was going to happen, and she chose the place because they gave us a choice of places, and we picked the best one that we thought was, you know, well, what we thought was the best, plus from our friends' recommendations. But then last night when she was finally moved, it was really late at night. It was almost 8 p.m. when she finally got moved to the place. She was very upset about it. She thought I was going to abandon her. So it was kind of touch and go there, you guys. But this morning, she was in good spirits. Everything was better. So just hoping that it just stays that way for her. Okay. Thank you very much for not skipping through if you listened through this whole part. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, where the fold is, I'm going to leave that fold there because I think I want that to be like, you know, the shoulder straps that are going to be going over the, you know, the straps that are going to be going over the shoulder. So I'm going to measure about the width of its shoulders for now. So I'll know where to cut. You know what, let me go in a little bit. You want to give it a little bit for the pants down here, a little bit of width. The shoulder part, we're going to stay up here. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and mark it with a pin. Let me mark that. So just give you a little bit of an insight of how I'm thinking. So here's one pin to mark the shoulder, and I'm going in a little bit in the shoulder. I'm not measuring right here. I'm going in a little bit, okay? Because the strap obviously is going to be going inward. I'm not going to be hanging off the shoulder. Okay, so I'm going to put another pin where I think the other shoulder is. And then I'm going to pin the width of what its hips are, you know, the cotton ball here. Just going to pin that so I'll know how wide that should be. Okay, and then I'm just going to kind of taper out, and then I'm going to go short because my stick is not very long, and I want some of the stick to go into some styrofoam or something, depending on where I'm going to put that. So I'm just going to cut it short. He's going to look like he's just wearing some shorts. That's okay. Okay, so I'm going to cut that length and this little square off of here for now, just to get me going here. These scissors are not very good. Let me get my fabric scissors. Yeah, because I am struggling with those other ones. Okay, so now that I have this all measured out, more or less, I need to know how far down, where is his waist, so I can mark that right here. Okay, so now I'm going to fold it in half. Okay, I'm going to fold this in half of where those pins are marking. Like that, match up those pins. And then I can take one off and then use the other one to mark the where it's supposed to go. And the other one's making sure they're matching up. Take one out, grab the other one and put my finger there. Put that one there. See what I'm doing there? And then with the waist, so I can grab both, all layers. Okay? So now I'm going to cut down from this pin that I have on the outside. I'm going to cut down to the waist. Okay? And then I'm going to make my way out and cut that little corner off. Cut that off. So this is what I have. Okay? So now from the waist, I can remove that little pin now. From the waist, let me trim this little bit that didn't get cut off. The pins are in the way. I'm going to move this pin that I have here. I'm going to move it inward also to hold these two pieces together. I'm going to keep this one here. So from the waist, I'm going to give it a little bit of a slack here. I'm going to give a little bit of a slack, about a 1/4 inch extra from where I put this pin. Okay? I'm going to go out a little bit and just kind of taper outward a little bit. I'm going to trim it a little bit shorter. And then I am going to trim in. Let me measure. Right at the bottom where the cotton ball is, pin it the whole length of the little body that you've created. And then from the bottom here, just a little tiny bit, about a 1/4 inch, make your way down and end it right just below where you put your pin, about a 1/4 inch. Just stop right there. Okay, so I can go ahead and I'm going to put this pin over here and I can remove this one. Oh, I took off the wrong pin. Oh no, it fell off. I heard something. So I'm going to put this one back in here. And I'm going to trim how wide I want my little straps. So I'm going to just make a little cut. And I'm going to go down about a 1/4 inch. And then go back out and cut out that little square off of there. So I'm going to see how I'm doing that. Trimming that off. Trimming that little square off. Okay, now I'm going to pop this open. Because I'm hoping all this is going to work out, you guys. I'm going to pop this open, and we have this little outfit cut out. Okay, so what I want to do, I'm going to unfold this, pop it open, fold it in half again, and I'm going to pin it so it doesn't move, just one side. I'm going to pin it so things don't move, and I'm going to start where the waist is, and I'm going to cut inward. And just stop right at the width of my strap and then cut upward. So I cut off that bit, and over here I'm leaving it. See that difference there? So then this right here is the front of the overalls, and this is the back. Okay? All right. And we're going to fold it in half right there. So there we go. That's what we're going to end up with, and the back's obviously going to be lower. You don't have to do that. You can leave them both the same height. It doesn't really matter, but I think it just gives it a little bit more of a, oh, he's got some little overalls. That's going to give it that look. Okay, so we're going to put this aside for now, and we need to make them a little top. So I grabbed this other one, and this is like a little kind of a denim looking cotton, kind of a, but you pick whatever color you want. If you have some fabric scraps at home and you don't really need to be buying anything, don't. Okay, so I'm going to cut a little corner off of this fabric, and I'm going to do it at the fold as well. I'm going to cut a little bit. It's easier for me to work with this if I just cut out that little bit than trying to, you know, cut out a design and holding this whole big piece. So I'm just going to cut a corner off. And I'm going to make sure that my fabric is, you know, at the fold right here. And then I've got, you know, the fabric on both sides. Okay, so now I can fold it in half. And pin it so it stays there. Okay, and then I can get my little overalls. Fold those in half. Oops. Everything's going all over the place. Fold those in half, and I'm going to put them and align the fold where the straps are with the fold up here, and then align the fold of the pants here with this fold right here. So just align those, pin them, the two pieces together, pin them like that so that nothing moves on you. I'm going to use this one to pin this down. Okay, so we have that. So what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to trim the arms if I have to. I'm going to cut, and I should have folded this to be a little bit longer. That's okay. I'm going to go ahead and leave it like that. Okay, I'm going to cut, like there's some sleeves going in, and then just kind of round it down towards the waist. Okay, and then I'm going to cut this right along the edge of the pants so that I know how long how wide the shirt should be. I'm going to go ahead and remove that and remove that, and I'm going to lift this up so then I can go ahead and trim this fabric across. So then I want to have this. Okay, and I'm going to cut out just a tiny little bit where the neck would be, just like that. Okay, now to be able to put it on our, I was going to say ghost, on our little scarecrow, I'm going to open this up. Oops, a lot of detail here. I'm going to pop it open like that, and then I'm going to cut on one of them down the center of the back. It doesn't matter which is your back, which is your front, just on one side. I'm going to cut it open like that because it'll be easier to put it on our little scarecrow. Okay? Okay, so I was just putting it over the body just to make sure that, you know, it's fitting the way that I want it to. See that? Now the arms are going to stick out a little bit. That's why I was saying when you cut this little bit out, cut it a little bit longer so that you have longer sleeves. Mine are really short, but that's okay. I can just trim the arms to size. We're going to straighten them out for now so I can see what's going on here. Like that, okay? All right, so now I'm going to get some raffia. I'm not going to quite have this on there yet. I'm going to get some raffia. All right, so I've got about 4 little strands here, and then I'm going to fold them in half like that. And I'm going to add this here. So I know that my arms were a little too long, so I'm going to trim off, oh, maybe an inch off, because that raffia is going to add back that length. So I'm just going to trim off about an inch. All right, so now I'm going to take the raffia that I folded in half, and I've got about 4 little strands here. I'm going to put glue so that everything stays together and it stops sliding around on me. Okay, so now that it's glued together, I'm going to add just a little bit extra so that I can glue it to the chenille arm. Okay, just get it on there like that, and whatever I'm doing to this arm, I'm going to repeat it for the other arm, so just do that. All right, so just to make sure that it doesn't move, I got another little strand of chenille, or you can use, you know, a little rope here and tie it, or a piece of thread, whatever you have, or a little piece of wire. Just tie it and knot it to make sure that that raffia won't move from the tip of your chenille stem. At the very end, we can always trim that raffia. Okay, so let's just leave it like that for now. And I'm going to repeat on the other side, you know, for this little arm. All right, so there I've got my little arms with a little raffia on the ends. As you can see here. By the way, I got this little silicone. It's so thin, this little sheet for the glue gun. I got this at the Dollar Tree as well. So I'm using it as a little place to put this down. So like when I wanted to glue this down, it was easy. I don't get it on my table. All right, so This is completely optional. The next step that I want to do is I want to add like some little raffia hair coming off the pumpkin head. You know, you don't have to do that. It's up to you. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and glue these on. And I'm going to be gluing them from like the top of my little pumpkin. And then I put a little glue down the side so that I can bring that little raffia down so it's like a little hair, okay? And like I said, it's up to you if you want to do this. So I'm just adding some glue. And then add your little bit there, add as much as you need. I'm going to put several, so let's see. This is kind of a little, oh, this is taking too long. I don't want to do that. It's kind of a project. The part of the project is where maybe you decide that, nah, I don't want to do that. So that's a, you know, of course, everything is up to you. Okay, so I've added some strands, as you can see there, but they're all just shooting straight out. So like I said, add some little glue on the sides and then you can bring the raffia down. But you want to make sure that everything that you've glued up here, that's completely dry before you pull them down, because you're just going to pull off the piece of raffia. Okay. I'm going to bend his little arms down so I can get them out of the way. And now I can go ahead and add a little glue on the side here. And bring these bits down. And you're going to have to kind of hold it for a little bit because that raffia wants to pop back up. You're going to have to hold it a little bit and then just do all these little bits here. And if you feel like you want to add more, add some more. And then once you're done, you can trim the length, okay? And get them all even if you want, or get them all raggedy, however you want to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera. And I'll be back with the next step. Okay, so there he has the hair that I've added on. I added a few more little strands of what I had originally on there. I'm going to cut this one off because it's just the one where I tied it. Okay, so now I'm just going to trim. Like that. So all the hair is kind of, you know, kind of the same length. Like I said, you don't have to add any of that. That's just, you know, a little added touch. Leave them bald. And I'm not covering the top because I have something that I'm going to put there. Okay. All right. So the next step is to add a little top. The little top that we've cut out. I am going to put, so it doesn't move on me so much, I'm going to add some glue right here where the, across the top area. We're almost at the neck. I'm going to pop this open like that. Maybe you want to iron it so, you know, you don't have it kind of folding up like mine does. This little neck area, I'm going to glue that down. Just glue it down to the front. Turn him around and bring that little top around over his shoulders. There we go. Get it around the shoulders. So he's now has it on like that. Okay? And then we can glue this shut in the back. Just, you know, overlay it on top of the other piece. Just like that on top of each other. Okay? And then we have that so far. Now, of course, we want to close the sleeves. So I'm going to do this. Pull the little arm straight. And put some glue along like that. And then just put those sleeves together. You know, the one sleeve, just shut it closed. And then, of course, the sides, I'm going to do the same thing. Just add some glue. I'm going to push, actually, I'm going to put that one down and then I'll put this one over it like that. Okay? So I glue down the back part down first and then put some glue on there and then bring this front piece over it like that. Okay? So do the same thing on the other side. And look at that. We got our shirt on a little guy. Isn't that cute? I think it's super cute. All right. Now we want to put on his little overalls, his little pants. I'm going to add a little bit more glue here on the stick here. The bottom of this cotton ball to just kind of get it in there so it stops moving around on me. That's his bum back here. Okay. There we go. Just like that. Okay, so now we want to get his overalls, and thankfully I made a nice big hole up here by trimming off the back part, because that's going to have to go over his little pumpkin head. So we're going to slide that and keep this part that's still not cut as far down, and then the part that's cut further down will go in the back. And you can see right there, it's already looking so cute. Little overalls. Look at that, you guys. That's working out beautiful. Okay, so to make sure that it doesn't move around on me too much when I'm trying to put it together, again, I'm going to put some little dots of glue, and I'm going to do it where the shoulder straps are, right at the shoulders, right there. Just a couple of dots of glue to hold the fabric down so it doesn't move around on you. Just some dots of glue under here and this one over here. I'm going to do the same on the back. I know you can't see it because I moved my camera again. So I'm going to just repeat by adding little dots of glue back here. The straps go. Bring this down, glue it down, just like that, okay? You make sure that before you do all of that, that you got the back and the front aligned, okay? That's important. All right, so now I'm going to do the same thing, basically what I did over here. So I'm going to bring the back side and then just glue it down along the hip right here. Okay? Along this little hip part. Bring it down, a little bit of glue there so it stays down. And then we'll put some glue on top of that. And I'm not going all the way down, just going down the length of the hip and close that pant right there, like that. Just close it right there. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Bring the back to the front. And just glue it right there. And then more glue on top of that. And then we'll bring the front down on top of it. Not too much, just a little bit. Okay? And then we'll have this here. So now what we want to do is we want to separate these like that. So I'm going to put some glue along here. Close this leg up. We're going to leave the side open, but we're just going to close the inside part, okay? So put some glue in there. Do one side first and then do the other. And I'm going to get a little bit on the stick. That way this little crotch part gets stuck in here. You know, a little bit on the stick, just a little bit. Okay, and now we can go ahead and do the rest like that. Just a little line of glue just to hold it enough. All right, the other side now. And then close that. Just like that. Okay, and they might not match up perfectly. That's fine. We tried our best and that looks good. Okay, so we're not closing these yet. Okay, we're leaving the sides open. As you can see right here, I have the sides open. Okay, and I've got lots of glue web, so I'm just trying to remove that. Okay, let me go ahead and get some more bits of raffia like I did here so that I can add on the bottom. Okay, so I've got a nice strand pieces here. They're about 8 inches. I'm going to cut that in half. So you just do them, you know, whatever length is. I'm just giving you what I'm measuring so you get an idea. So if you find these same picks, you know, with the little pumpkins on them. And if you don't find picks, if you find just little pumpkins, let me show you. If you find little pumpkins like this, and then skewer, you know, little picks, you know, wood picks, you can create your own pick. You can just stick it in there, hot glue it just to make sure that, you know, your pumpkin doesn't fall out of the stick, and then do the rest of the work that I'm doing. Okay? Okay, so I'm going to grab this raffia, fold it in half again, put lots of glue in there so the bits don't move around. Put lots of glue all the way around, and then I'm going to pop this side open right here, and I'm just going to put it in there, but I want to make sure that some of it sticks out at the bottom, and then just push it down like that. Sorry, you didn't see that. Let me do this again. Let me angle my camera. I'm using all kinds of things to prop my camera and angle it, so sorry about that, you guys. You didn't see what I did. So I'm going to grab my bits of raffia that I just trimmed, and I'm going to fold them in half. And I believe you saw that, so I'm folding it in half. Put some glue to capture all those little strands. Put it all the way around, like that. Bunch of glue on it like that. I know it's not focusing. Okay, open up your little pants on the side here and slide that in, but make sure your raffia is sticking out from the bottom. Okay, you're not going to stick it all the way in. And then just press your fabric down so it captures that, okay? Just capture it. And there you go. That way you can have that. And now you can go ahead and, add a little bit of glue and close the sides. Okay, a little bit of glue. Close the other side there. Just like that. That's all we need, okay? Okay, so another step to do, and you don't have to do this, is just to grab some extra strands of raffia and then just tie it around the bottom of the pants. Just kind of gather it together and tie this around like that. Get a little knot. And then we can trim that. So you're going to do that. You don't have to do it. You can leave it like that if you're okay with it. You don't have to do that. And you can repeat that up here at the cuff of the sleeves, okay? So I'm going to do that, and I'll be back once that's all completely done. Again, you're just going to grab your leg, just scrunch it together a little bit. You have some glue in there, so it's going to be a little hard. That's okay. And then just wrap the raffia strand as tight as you can. I double knotted it. Trim that off. Okay? And then, of course, you can come and trim off, the raffia down here, the legs. Now, that's not too important because this is going to get stuck into something, so you can have all this raffia. But now you want to stick it all the way in, then you can have a little sitting scarecrow like that. Okay? That would be super cute. Put it on a little bit of styrofoam and then stick some little leaves around it. Make a tiny little arrangement. Maybe put a little tea light right here on his lap. That would be super cute. Okay, let me finish it off, and then we'll do pretty much kind of like the last step. All right, so I've done on the sleeves and the little cuffs, and then I've trimmed the little raffia for, the hands. And look how cute that looks, you guys. Oh my gosh. He's already cute just like that. And then I can use the chenille stems. And if I want to bend his arms, maybe glue a pumpkin in his hands if you want to do that, or whatever else you want to put in there. Okay? You can fold them down, have them sticking out, whatever you want to do. Super cute. All right, we have a couple of things that I want to add to it. All right, so from the Dollar Tree, I also grabbed these, what are they? Scarecrow hats. Look at that. They're already made for us, you guys. Super cute. And then I grabbed these tiny little sunflowers. And I thought, I can add a little sunflower to it. It would be so nice on the little scarecrow. All right, so let's pop open one of these hats and one of the little sunflowers. Okay, so the little sunflower, I don't need it to be on this little wire piece, so I'm just going to trim that off. I'm not going to trim it all the way down there. I'm going to leave a little tiny bit of stem because I don't want this to come apart. So I'm just going to push it down like that. And there we have our little sunflower. And there's our little cute little hat, you guys. And I just remembered, I have a ribbon that has that little gingham design on it. So I'm going to grab that. All right, so here's my ribbon. And I had also purchased this at the Dollar Tree. This is from their Halloween, I believe. Yeah, it's got the little black cat and pumpkin there. So that's Halloween. I want to make a kind of like a little belt. Or maybe I'll use a rope for that. Let's see. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? Maybe on the hat. Give it a little bit of a brim. Give it a little more decoration. Why not? Now I'm thinking I'm going to cut 2 of those sunflowers. Okay, so I'm going to cut this ribbon enough to go all the way around and overlap a little bit on itself. Okay? Just because I want to give it a little more decor. We've gone this far. Making the little scarecrow super cute. So we want to, make him look special. It's just fun, you guys, to do this. You can use your pick for whatever. I mean, you could use it to put it in a little baggie with some candy. Sticking out of the top of a baggie. Look at how cute that already looks with that little plaid ribbon on there. And then I can get my little sunflower and stick it right there in the front, which I'll do. I think I'm going to grab another sunflower. So I might put it somewhere else. Put that right there. Oh my gosh, super cute. I want to do his belt, you guys, but I'm thinking that I want to use a little rope to tie around his waist. That is so cute. I mean, you guys, you can see some of that chenille stem right there at the top. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a little bow. Why not? Make him a little, like a bow tie, basically. But it's going to be a big bow because, it's a thick ribbon compared to him. I mean, obviously, it's not a thick ribbon. It's a thin ribbon. But, so just fold up a little bow. And I'm going to just trim it short little strands on here. Not too long, not little tails. And then I'm just going to glue that right there. He's going to have a little bow tie. Let me see on this side over here. And then just trim it, stick it right in there. Right there. Look how cute. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to take some of this rope and tie around his waist. The same rope, you can use it to tie around, you know, the ankles here and on the cuffs of the sleeves. That would be really cute, putting it on there. And I'm just going to knot it. I folded the rope in half just to give me, you know, a little bit more, you know, look, more texture. Oops, he got his little hand caught in there. I was wondering what the heck is going on. Okay, so now that I've double knotted a little belt on him, I can go ahead and trim off the strands here. You can just do one layer of rope. You don't have to double it up like I did. But look at that. Look how cute that is. Just a little belt. All right, so now we're going to hot glue that little hat on top of his head. And I think I want to add another little sunflower on him. Why not? I'm going to trim another one off of here. I was looking for my wire cutters. There we go. I think I'm going to put it down at his knee right here, like a little patch. Just make it as cute as we possibly can. And there it is, right there. Look. I'm so excited about this. Oh my gosh. I need to make this into some little sort of little arrangement. Maybe a little goodie bag. Take it over to my mom. She would think it's super cute. Okay. I like to use that word super cute a little too much, right? But what the heck? It is super cute. Okay, you guys, so there he is. I'm going to add some glue at the top of his head. I know it got a little dark in here. My lighting kind of changed a little bit. All right, put some glue on the top. Now I can take his little hat and make sure the little sunflower is facing forward, but not necessarily to the front, just off to the side a little bit. And then glue it to the top here. Just hold it there till it's done. And here comes my light getting better. All right, so there he is. I'm going to back him up so you can see that. All right, everyone, so there it is. I have completed my pumpkin head scarecrow pick. How fun was that to do? I really enjoyed it. I'm all giggly and everything having done this. I think I'm going to make a little goodie bag for my mom, like I mentioned earlier, and, you know, make a little bag, and then before I, you know, close the bag, stick them in there, and then just kind of tie it around so it's grabbing the pick. Just have some little things in there, and it'll be a cute little way to give someone a little gift for Halloween, Thanksgiving, whatever you want to do. Of course, he's got a kind of a scary little face, so I think he's good for Halloween. All right, everyone. I'm going to give myself a big old thumbs up, and I hope that you too will give me a big old thumbs up. So please leave a kind comment down below and let me know what you think of my little scarecrow pick. Maybe if you didn't have such a scary face, he'd be good for fall. And of course, you don't have to paint a face at all on it. I think you get the idea of what it is. All right, so if you're watching this and you're enjoying my content and you haven't subscribed, I'm going to ask you to please hit that red subscribe button. And then, of course, please choose all and notifications so that you get notified as soon as I upload a video. I want to thank everyone for watching. Thank you for supporting my channel. And please don't forget to share on your social medias. And as always, enjoy.